Greetings all and welcome to AlgoFox. In our new initiative, we are going to talk about stock markets. We are going to teach you about technicals, fundamentals, options, everything, and make you a professional trader. In this video, we are going to talk about absolute basics of stock markets. Now, before we talk about what stock market is, how to open a demat account, what is IPO, what is trading, what is investing, etc, etc, etc. Let us start by asking a simple question. Why exactly was stock market born in first place? What was the need of it? And are people actually making money from market? Well, let me explain you with a simple story. And this story will actually give you an idea about why stock market was evolved and why it is also called as backbone of a developing country. Now, let us start with a story. The story is about 400 years ago, about a small village in a jungle. In this village, there were all sort of people. There were rich, there were people from middle class, and there were people from poor class also. Now, back in those times, since banks were not very advanced, a lot of poor people used to borrow money from rich people. And the rich society used to charge a very heavy interest, because of which rich used to stay rich and poor used to stay poor. In your past, you might have heard stories about how poor people used to serve for rich society for generations together just to pay interest. Now, same was the story of this village as well. However, in this village, there was a person named Raju. Raju was from middle class society. He had a small spice shop where he used to sell spices like haldi, jeera, chili powder, etc. He was doing just well to manage himself and his family. He was very hardworking and he used to go to jungle, bring fresh spices, grind them, pack them, and then sell them in his shop. The USP of Raju's spices were that they were very fresh and they were very, very affordable. Now, a lot of people started buying spices from Raju's shop, and soon they realized the quality. The demand for spices from his shop kept increasing. Now, since Raju was very hardworking, he used to go to village a little more earlier, bring lot more spices, grind them, pack them, and then again sell them. However, soon enough, the demand increased to such an extent that in spite of working so hard, within few hours, his spices used to get sell out every single day. Raju knew the potential in this business. Raju wanted to grow this business, but to grow this business, he needed investment. Now, Raju could not take this investment from rich people because they charged a very heavy interest. Back then, since there was no proper banking system, Raju was thinking of a different way on how exactly he can expand his business without having to borrow money at a heavy interest. Raju was thinking, and eureka! Raju got an idea. And this idea changed the way world invests into companies. Next day morning, Raju went to his shop, put a small notice board. In that notice board, Raju said, anyone who likes my spices can invest into my company or can donate me some money to basically grow my business. A lot of people saw that notice board and got confused. Raju said he wants to grow his business, and for that he is ready to take in partners, and these partners just have to invest money. They need not do anything else. A lot of people got excited, and a lot of people from all sections of society, as per their risk appetite, started contributing money to Raju. This was for the first time that middle class and poor class section of the society was also investing or lending money. Prior to this, only rich section of society used to lend money to poor section at a very heavy interest rate. But this time, with Raju, people from all sections, as per their risk appetite, started pumping money to Raju's fund, and soon enough, Raju collected enough fund to grow his business. He took a vehicle to go to jungle, bring more spices. He took a machine which does grinding and packing of the spices, and slowly and steadily his business started growing. He also appointed few people to look out to his business and to expand his business in the neighboring villages. In just 2 years, Raju's business expanded. Soon enough, Raju appointed many people to look after his business. Raju basically was selling spices across all the villages, all the neighboring villages, and became one of the biggest spice sellers in all the neighboring villages. He had appointed 50 plus employees who were working for Raju to make his spice shop big. Now, indirectly, if you see here, Raju gave employment to 50 plus villagers. He also started bringing money from neighboring villages, because of which economy of his village went up. The life standard of people in his village also went up, and slowly and steadily his village started developing. 5 years down the line, Raju's spice shop became a multi-million-dollar company. He appointed thousands of employees across the villages and made this empire. Raju also bought ships to transport his spices across the country and became a big brand. This simple initiative gave employment to thousands of employees, also brought money from various parts of the world, because of which the living standard of the citizens increased. Now, a simple boy Raju could do such wonders and convert his small underdeveloped village to a big city. Imagine if there were many such startups, what is the potential of that? Each startup has the potential of giving employment to thousands of employees and making a country developed from developing. Now, this story might seem hypothetical, but this story is actually of Dutch East India Company. Back in 1602, 400 years ago, Dutch East India Company also started in the same way. They wanted to expand and they started selling shares of their company to rich investors and people at bigger positions. Dutch East India Company collected enough money to basically purchase more ships to transport spices across the world, and it became a multi-million-dollar business. Soon after, a lot of people copied that idea. Then stock exchange and stock market was formed. In my next video, I am going to talk about stock markets in detail, and I am going to teach you how to trade and invest smartly to build wealth. See you in my next video.